For those who don't know, Mirror, is a chain of hair care salons that my dad started. C. Floyd Swoope, the late C. Floyd Swoope. Love him. He's my best friend. And he was an innovator. He had hair shows. He was one of the people who pioneered in having the hair shows and doing fashion shows and had a play called The Big Hair Thing, had the mirror models. Everything was lights, camera, action, and beauty at all times. And these things were, all captured on.
Hey there, you all. It's Nikki B here, and welcome to Futureland365 podcast and radio show right here on WOVU 95.9. You guys, I'm so excited today because I have someone that I actually admire and look up to within the media industry and entertainment, edutainment, however way you want to say that. I'm excited about this guest today. But before I let you all know who we're talking to today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as you don't want to miss any of our events that are coming up, right? So you want to follow us on Futureland365 and sign up for our newsletter because we have events going on 365 days a year. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, you guys. Well, Futureland365, where we highlight Cleveland's bold innovators, entrepreneurs, and creators. And we have just that today, a bold innovator and creator, Mr. C. Swoope, you all.
C. Swoope, how you doing? Thanks for
all
the
is well.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited as well. And thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Like I was just telling everyone, I admire your work.
Thank you.
And the innovation that you take and the creativity, the creativity's perspective that you have with not just telling a story or sitting down and having an interview, but you actually walk into their world, right?
Yeah, that's the whole idea of That's Major. That's the name of my show, is That's Major. So yeah, the whole idea of it really is exactly what you said, just kind of going into their world and really, giving the viewer a feel for not only that person, but what they do that's major. Like, so you're diving in and you're like, okay, this is how they operate. This is how they move in their space. You know what I mean? So it's giving people that visual to be able to see and hear that.
Yeah. So you guys, I was so excited. I didn't even introduce you all and let you all know exactly what he did. He is the founder of That's Major, as well as Major 7 Productions.
Correct.
So
correct. Yep.
I got a little ahead of myself there, but I was like, wait a minute, no. Let me let them know exactly what you're the founder of, innovator of. Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to share this story with you because once I found out, I was like, oh, okay, here's a connection here. Kind of indirectly. We're all 6 degrees, right?
Right, for sure. Especially here in Cleveland.
My goodness. So in high school, I went to Collinwood High School.
Okay.
And there was this beauty salon that was down the street.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
It was called Mirror.
Yep, that's the one.
And it was a very popular beauty salon in that time, even before my time, but during that time, that's where all the girls went. Actually, my aunt was a stylist there, a beautician there.
Really?
So I used to go like weekly to get my hair to slick back.
You gotta figure out who your auntie is.
Yeah, so I used to be in there all the time. And so once I realized, I was like, wait a minute. So Mirror is part of your legacy or your history there. So tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, that's really the roots of everything, from how my family started, became kind of had an entrepreneurial mindset, all the production and background, it all kind of starts from Mirror. So for those who don't know, Mirror, is a chain of hair care salons that my dad started. C. Floyd Swoope, the late C. Floyd Swoope. Love him. He's my best friend. And he was an innovator. He had hair shows. He was one of the people who pioneered in having the hair shows and doing fashion shows and had a play called The Big Hair Thing, had the Mirror models. Everything was lights, camera, action, and beauty at all times. And these things were, all captured on video.
On video.
Right.
VHS.
Yeah. So, a lot of, people, they go out and they have to hire a production team. So, my dad actually created his own production in-house. So at these events, we're filming it, we're editing it, we're doing that in live time. So, if you was one of his kids, you was at some point you was going to get thrown.
Like a Joe Jackson, like Jackson 5 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all different kind of things to do within this business. You can be at the front desk, or you could handle the money, or you could be the manager of the salon, or you can be in production holding the camera. So that's where I kind of came in and gravitated in that field. So yeah, it all started really with Mirror, to be honest.
Yeah, I love that so much. And clearly, you have those traits and those qualities from your dad being an innovator, right? Look at his hair, y'all. The curls are curling, okay? And they don't look thirsty. They hydrated. He taught them well.
Yeah.
And the fashion is always on point every time I see you. So
thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. So that's really cool. Would you say that if you did not have that environment, that you would not be where you are now?
Wow, that's, I've never been asked that question. I'm not sure. There was that environment for sure that really helped spearhead it, but I always have been like a super daydreamer, like I'll be in class. That's what I would get in trouble for in school. I'm just not doing my work. I'm just zoned out thinking about something. I was
a visionary.
Yeah, I was a good student though, but I watched a lot of TV, a lot of music videos, but even like today when I watch movies or TV, I'm looking at it with a different eye. Like how how did they
get that shot?
How
did they come from that side?
Yeah, or this editing is incredible. That transition. Yeah, I always did that from a young age, looked at things in that way, and I really do it now. So I still kind of think I would have found my way into it eventually some kind of way, but that definitely was like, all right, hit the ground running. You know what I mean?
I love that. And I talk about this all the time, us being multifaceted, that we're not just one-dimensional individuals, especially as creatives. There's so much to us. We have depth, okay?
Absolutely.
And I want to jump a little bit ahead with where you were started, right? You actually were an athlete at basketball. You were pretty talented. You're really good at basketball, and you were editing your own recap reels and things like that to send off. So how did that get started, and why did you do that? Like how? I know you were a visionary and creative, but how did you actually get into that as well?
So ball was definitely life. When they say ball is life, that's all I was really that was the main focus. I grew up doing the production, so that was kind of like a second nature thing. But once I got into basketball, it was really, that's what it was about. So pretty much how that started was, as you get into high school, well, kind of even before that, but as you're getting into like AAU, junior high, I have, I got access to these cameras. I got access to editing equipment, and my dad filmed every game. Like I got all my tapes from all my games.
Wow, that's still incredible. So I'm looking for the few that looking for the few that that my parents have. But I don't have them anymore. So that's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What position did you play?
Point guard.
Okay, I was 2, 3, and sometimes I played 4. And when it was real rough, I was a 5 too.
Oh man, they threw you down there.
I had to get big. You got to get big.
Get them boards, knock some people around a little bit.
Imagine me. Imagine that. I don't know.
You know what? I can see it though. I can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. But with that, I mean, I had access to this equipment, so he's filming all the games. I'm watching all my games afterwards, see what I could have did better, but. also you looking at the highlights. So then I'm like, hold on, I can start making highlight reels of my games. You know what I mean? And I was just doing it for fun at first, and then people were realizing, all your friends gonna want one now. They like, man, I want to see.
Man, you did that.
My
so you
together.
so you were showing your friends, or
I would show them my highlight video. I done crossed somebody, made somebody fall or something, and get some threes. And
this was like probably and one time around the and one time.
Yeah, that's when So I was.
What was your and one name?
My and one, I didn't have an and one. My last name always been the great name for basketball.
Perfect.
Swoope.
Cheryl Swoope was one of my favorites.
Yeah, exactly. So we're still trying to figure out, is she a real cousin or not?
That's what I want. That was my big question. Like, I wonder if they're related to Cheryl Swoope.
There's been chatter about it.
There's probably some ancestry and some lineage there.
So I'm showing the highlight videos, and then your friends want some. I'm making these for my, my close friends for free. But then that becomes a snowball effect where everybody is getting out to different schools. Who made yours? Who made that? Who made that? Now, this has become a business by accident. So that was like my first kind of business in a sense of being an entrepreneur, where it's like my business is generating the profit from the highlight videos.
I love that so much. There's so much here. I'm going to ask this last question because we are going to go to break here.
Gotcha.
But I have to ask you. So, you started getting all of these requests and these inquiries, right? How did you market, or how did you create a pay? Like what was that? Like, okay, $10 for a thing, $20. Like, how did you value that? What was your price list strategy with that?
You know what? I just did it. I was in school at the time, so I just remember whenever I would get $100 at that time, that was a big deal. So just started off at $100. You know what I mean? And then some of them were taking a little longer than others. People who probably didn't have as many highlights in their games.
You got to search for them.
Now I'm going through several games, so I'm like, okay, for this, that
was no shade. He was being honest.
Yeah, I was being honest. It's like so. Now I figure, like, okay, I'm gonna price it by how many games you want me to put together in this highlight video. If you need 6 games so we could get more highlights out of it, that's gonna take more time for me. So now that price might go from $150 to $200 depending on how many games and tapes it is. So that's how that went about at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, you got me thinking about I haven't thought about this stuff in a little while.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Well, you guys, before we go any further, I wanted to lay the foundation here so that we know exactly who we're talking to. We're talking to That's Major, right? Major 7 Productions, C Swoope here. Well, you guys, we'll be right back after these messages. It's Nikki B right here on Futureland365. We'll be right back.
WOVU 95.9 FM, Our Voices United, a community radio station. Our mission is to provide an inclusive and participatory media platform that connects, engages, and informs every citizen and stakeholder of our community with the goal of achieving ongoing social and economic progress for all.
Hey there, you all. It's Nikki B here, and welcome back to Futureland365 podcast and radio show. And I'm here with the awesome and amazing C Swoope. Hey there.
Thank you. Yep, we're still here. How you doing?
Still here. Yes, we're still here in a major way.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. So before we went to break, we had the conversation going. We were getting a little foundation, like who is C Swoope and how did he get started here? Yeah. So we found out that he started, he had a great environment with his parents, with being entrepreneurs. And they were like, you're falling in this place in the production role. Okay, great. Yeah. But then he kind of went into his own thing, playing basketball, and started making his own highlight reels. Yes. And that's so cool. And then he started charging his friends, y'all. He was like, y'all got to pay for this.
Well, not my closest friends.
Not the close friends. Yeah, okay.
They always got them for free.
I love it.
Because
but they help spread the word. It's like marketing.
There was marketing, you know what I mean? But like I said, it was kind of indirect marketing at the time. It wasn't on purpose. This kind of thing just happened.
It wasn't on purpose, but it was in purpose. Okay, somebody?
That's facts. It was definitely in purpose.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. So with that, you shared that you created your price list structure. Was your dad a part of that and helping you and guide you like, hey, son, you're doing a lot of work here. You need to tier this out and figure this out. So how was that, and what was that insight like from your dad?
You know what? I may have asked him like what's a cool price or something like this for it, but he was really happy, you know, that I would be doing that kind of stuff. I
love that, yeah.
You know, I really did kind of do that part on my own, really, and he would even, you know, start getting the word out himself, and I had cousins out of town that played too, and we try to get them into college and everything like that, because when you make these highlight videos, you're giving them the college coaches too. So that was the real reason for them to be made, other than just vanity and people wanting to see themselves, you know, in highlights. So he got involved in that aspect. But yeah, like whatever I was getting paid from him just working at the shop, because I will work there during the weekend or when I'm done with basketball practice or things like that, you know, I would make the price be around that range, basically. So yeah, that's kind of really what it was. It wasn't too set up at that point, but it did become that way once I started doing AAU tournaments. So I will say,
because that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, and this my dad had passed at this point though, and I kind of just had access to the equipment and moved the business on. And this is where the name Major 7 Production came in. It's like, all right, I need a name now, like a company name. It's not under Great Way Marketing no more, which was my dad's production company.
Okay.
Major, middle name.
Yep.
7, my dad's 7th child, born on the 7th day of the 7th month. So that's Major 7 Production.
That is,
yeah.
I mean,
and my daughter's born on the same exact day now.
That is
July
something.
7th.
And what's your daughter's name?
Her name is Shy 7 Swoope. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the AAU tournaments. Now I'm really in a real business mindset now, because we're going out. I got a camera crew. They're going out to film people's games.
How old are you at this time?
19, 18, 19. We going to the Solon Cage Classic. I got a TV in the hallway set up, showing people highlight videos that I've already made in the past. So I have different packages set up, like, okay, you could get 3 games recorded and a highlight video for this price, or you could just get raw games recorded for this price, and then at that time it was still DVDs or Blu-rays, we would burn that for you right there on the spot at the game. Oh my goodness. So
you're saying you had a team.
I had a team, which was family as well, because they all came up too. So like my nephew, who was only 2 years younger than me, and then my niece, she was only like 3 years younger at the time. A couple cousins that were always around, so they were in the same atmosphere. So we kind of took the torch and like kept it going. And it was kind of like a void to fill, you know, because he had passed. So it's like we got to keep it going, you know. So that's what that was at that time.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that. I wanted to ask you about that, but I love how the conversation just flows easily in that way.
Yeah.
To where I don't have to ask that type of question. So thank you for sharing that, and my condolences. I know it's been a while, but I don't think it takes the sting away ever, because he was your friend, he was someone. But I do think because you are continuing his legacy, that it does remove some of that, because I think you're remembering him as you're creating and innovating and getting your business name out there.
Yeah, I feel like he still be by my side. Wow. You ever seen that movie, like The Sixth Man?
I do. Yeah.
He's like my sixth man. Like when I'm doing this stuff, that's how I feel. Or whenever there's an achievement or accomplishment, you know, like I feel like he's
right there.
Yeah, he's right there. So
guiding you and showing
good.
you.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So even in those moments, you know, when you've been in this industry for quite some time, right? In different versions, right? So in those moments of obstacles, or, you know, things aren't going as easy, right? What's your philosophy, or how do you continue going in that? Is there a process or a philosophy that you have to continue going, like, okay, this is part of the process. I just got to go with it?
Yeah. for me, no is not really a real answer. To me, like a no is like a not now. You know, the time wasn't right for this to happen. I've run into that so many times already just with That's Major, you know what I mean? Like, it's a certain way or a certain direction I might want to go in. Then at that time, it just didn't work out. You got to call an audible, do something different. And then, sure enough, like, what I thought was supposed to happen then, it happens later.
Yeah.
So it's just being resilient for real, and just knowing, like, I know I'm walking in purpose for real, and I love what I'm doing. So that's really what keeps me going, even at times of like discouragement or things aren't quite going the way I want them to at that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that so much. In talking about, you know, your vision and being on purpose, the way that you execute telling stories and highlighting those stories. So That's Major is not a podcast, right?
Right. It's not a podcast.
Not just a YouTube channel, or anything like that. No shade to anyone that does those.
I love podcasts.
I do too. It's one of my favorite things, listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
And listening to inspirational, motivational speaking. So with that vision, how do you vision that? Like, you know, you had a conversation with the mayor, right? And I think that was phenomenal. It was so good. It was a peek into those who don't know him on that level, to really see like, oh, he's a human. He's actually from the city. He grew up over here. He did this. He, you know, Bible study, has family, all those things, played basketball with his buddies. How did that process? Share that with our audience. What was that process like in bringing that to vision? Right.
So that's a great one, because it's a couple episodes where, like that one, you know, a lot of times when we think of politics or anything political, it doesn't strike the idea of it being entertaining, right? Yeah. You think, oh, I'm about to listen to some politics, and it's about to get deep.
About to tell me what I should do, shouldn't do. Vote here, don't vote here.
Really deep.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
And their storytelling for That's Major, but That's Major is really built on entertainment as well. So I'm always thinking about, okay, this person, he's the mayor. That's great, but how can we make that entertaining? And then, you know, I do the research and I see where he's from, and you know, I'm like, okay, we can switch up different scenes, you know, so we'll go to where he's from so people can resonate, and that's not in one of the greatest areas in the city, but people love to see that kind of stuff.
It's real. It's an honest location. It's so gritty. You know,
gritty. It's milk cartons on the poles.
On the poles, right, exactly.
And, you know, when people see the mayor, they might not think of him in that way, but it's like, this is where you grew up at. And then we can go to like an exhibition, a cool clothing store in the middle of the episode, and continue the conversation there and bring different aspects in. So it's like giving you the person, like you said it perfectly. I'm showing you who the person is, not just you looking at just the mayor. So that's what goes into that. And,
I love that. And so these stories plus media fusing Fusing.
I think.
Fusing those two elements together, right? Sometimes they're one and the same, but you could tell a story by writing, right? And then media can be all types of medias, right? Or mediums. So putting those things together for you, you know, how I love your perspective and your creativity to highlight the different stories, different levels, different perspective, different industries. Because you all different, right? Because you also travel to do these interviews and things. So how is that sustainable for you? I mean, I know that you have a team.
It's an investment for sure.
I got you.
It's definitely an investment. You definitely got to have a team that believes in the process too. So am I, you know, paying the top amount of what I probably should be? No. Like I love my sister Sasha, she used to play basketball with me in AAU.
Oh, I love that.
She knew my dad very well. She came up and she went to school for editing and production herself. So like we're, you know, it's like we still playing basketball together, but now we doing production together.
Passing
you
layups,
know what I mean?
but you're doing it in this way. You finish your part, I do my part. Here's a vision. Okay, I'm gonna execute this way. Here's a play. We're gonna do it like this.
Like we sit there together, edit the whole episodes together. Because I went to school for this too. So I got.
You went to school for marketing and
production. So like all the editing, all that stuff, I went to school. So I got the raw aspect of it from my dad growing up. Then I actually went to school for it. I did internships at the Q at the time with the Cavs while LeBron was there the first time. And then I moved to Atlanta, was working behind the scenes as production assistant. So I kind of got like different aspects of this world in different ways, and I feel like
learned what you liked and what you didn't like.
Exactly, because that's why I moved back from Atlanta. I didn't like doing the work that I was doing, but I knew I still wanted to work in production.
Yeah, that's so good. And you talk about you and your sister Sasha. Shout out to Sasha. Hey, girl.
Shout out Sasha.
Women in production and editing. That's so dope and that's so cool. And I don't think that's highlighted enough. But I think it's coming out now with the different women who are heavy hitters. Behind the camera, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well.
It's a good amount of them, and she's like really good. She likes to stay behind the scenes a little bit, but that's okay, because if that's your strength, right, go ahead and do that. You don't have to come in front of the camera. I think that's amazing, knowing your lane and mastering that thing, right? It's like mastering your role as the point guard or the two guard. Knowing Scotty knew his role. He might a little bit mad. You know what I'm saying, after a little, but he mastered his role, right? Kobe mastered the different roles that he played as well. So, and that's, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link in your team. I agree. So with that, I know that you said that you guys would sit down and figure things out and edit together. So what strategies, or what I would ask, what strategies have you guys put in place, or did you just automatically know how you guys fit with one another? Strategies in terms of just how we were going to work with each other.
How are we going to work together? But even specifically when it comes to an idea that you have for an interview, do you guys both share like, hey, this person, we need to talk to this person, or is it more you giving the vision? It's more me giving. Like, she always say she like, you the easiest person that I worked with, cause she's like, you got everything. Vision is clear. It's like she's like, you know what you want to do, you know what shots you want, you got it all mapped out. Like, you know, sometime when we were first starting, you know, we would be filming certain scenes and stuff at different times and everything. And then when I'm sitting there editing it with her, she's seeing it all come together. What I was saying. And then once we knocked out a good 2-3 episodes, now she kind of overall has the vision of, okay, I get what you're doing here. This is the shot we getting. This is that intro shot. Okay, we getting a drone shot here for this transition. We're gonna do this. So she has an idea of those things now, and then even when I forget to get something now, she can, Curran, don't forget to get, you know, your photo for the thumbnail. Don't forget this or that. So we work very well together in that way. And then another teammate is your wife, Ash. She's a big teammate. So she's a part of the team as well. I loved how in one of your episodes you guys did a little commercial. I thought that was the cutest thing. So let's talk about that. How did that come up, or were you guys just playing around? Did you just in that moment like, hey, let's drop this in here as a commercial, and then I'll ask about other things. Well, she had just started her sensation smoothie business. And that was a Q&A for That's Major, so people could understand what the show was about. It was only about 4 episodes out at that time,
So I want to do a Q&A so people
Which
could...
is such a great idea.
Thank you. So
it helps to pinpoint and gives people exactly what we're here for, what we're talking about, and what to expect.
Yeah, what the vision is, a little bit of my background, things like that. Because it's a lot of people who think I just popped out of nowhere doing this because I had took a hiatus from it when I had moved back from Atlanta. So, you know, it's a lot of... be going out a lot, still sociable, all of that. And then when That's Major dropped, they like, I didn't even know you were into this, you know. So,
like I always been. But
so, yeah. So that's what the Q&A was for. But anyway, she had just did her smoothie business, and we talked about it before. I'm like, I'm going to give you a little commercial 15 seconds. But I didn't really know how I was going to do it. So the way that turned out
was organic.
It was organic. I mean, we knew we were going to do it, but the whole... how it ended off and everything. That was
hilarious. You're like, by a black woman.
Right. That's really supposed to be one of them scenes like cut and do it over. But I'm like, no, we gonna
that was
roll
fire.
With that.
It was good. And I could tell those moments too, like, oh, they were playing, but they decided to keep it in there. And it was so good because it just brought more light to that episode. I think that's so cool. And that's so good. Having a team is important, right? I talk about this all the time, how when you're in your vibe and when you know your vibe and are bringing out your frequency, you find your tribe, right? Your tribe comes from your vibe. So I think that's so dope because you guys work so well together.
Thank you.
And let's highlight her business. What's the name of her business? Is it Seven Designs?
Seven Designs. So I really love that she's doing this because she's been doing it, you know, the whole time we've been together. But again, one of those things where you're organically just kind of like the highlight.
Doing what you love doing. And people are asking about it.
People are asking about it, and they've been asking about it. And now she's really like sitting down on it and taking it seriously as a business, and she's doing really well, really quick. So
I love that.
I see it going pretty good. You know.
And I think also too, when you're in partnership and when you're doing something or executing so well, then your partner has no choice but to rise to that level, right?
I agree.
Water rises to its own level.
Yeah, so my mom say that all the time.
Yeah. Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I got the wisdom of the mama.
Yeah.
So you guys, we are getting in deep here with That's Major, Swoope, aka. And we're having a good time. We're finding out, you know, his vision, his strategy. How does he sustain with getting all of this content and the vision and the details that he has?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And I know a little bit, you know. I'm a budding editor. LB will say I'm executive producer. Okay, I'll take it, but it's just learning, right? So I absolutely love that, and thank you for sharing that. But you guys, we have to go to commercial. We'll be right back. It's Nikki B here, Futureland365, 95.9 WOVU. Hey there, you all. It's Nikki B here, and we're right back on Futureland365, right here on WOVU 95.9. And I'm here with my friend Swoope in the building.
There we go.
We're back in a major way, right? I know, it's so corny, but it's I love it. Listen. So we're rolling along. This conversation, we're like, wait a minute, we have how much more time left? Like, dang.
I'm like, we just got started.
Yeah, that's how it is when you're when you have good synergy and it's in alignment. And like I said, I'm like, man, this is someone that I'm like, oh wow, I love his art.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really art.
Thank you so much.
I love it. The conversations are good. You know how to move things along, and although sometimes your guests are a little like, dog, I don't know about, you know, you bring levity to the conversation in the space, and you're so cool that they're like, I could be cool too, you know.
I appreciate that.
So I love that. So I want to talk about, you know, I asked earlier, how do you sustain, right? So more to that and unpacking that just a little bit in leveraging partnerships or leveraging your brand and another brand's like, wait a minute. I like shopping here, or I use this brand. Yep. I have the audacity, right? Mm-hmm. And the confidence to reach out to this company or this organization or this business and say, hey, how can we partner together? So give us a couple of examples of how you have leveraged your partnerships or some things that you liked as well with another brand. Yeah.
So for example, I have a great relationship and team partnership with Exhibition and Next. So those are urban clothing stores. You got 2 exhibitions, one on West 25th and one on Van Aken, and Next is in the mall, right? So the one on West 25th, I go in there, I shop all the time. Mm-hmm. I got friends that's working there, and I'm seeing this video from All-Star Weekend a few years ago. It's on the screen, and it's a really good video though. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but I just noticed that it was playing for over a year and some change, mm-hmm. And then That's Major is rolling at this point. So I'm like, man, one of the guys who worked there, who's controlling the TV?
Right. Whose job is this?
Yeah. Like how can we get That's Major on here? And nobody really knows. Nobody's, they're like, we don't control that or all that kind of thing, right? So, it was an event. Long story short, I ended up meeting the owner of the store, and then I kind of let him know what my ideas mm-hmm. were. And whenever you partnering with people, I love to make things make sense because it's gonna be good for both parties involved, right?
A win-win for
a win-win, because That's Major is not gonna stop making episodes, so that means y'all gonna be able to keep something fresh on the screen too. You know what I mean? So when the next episode comes, now y'all can run that one, and the show goes with the clientele that comes in the store. Yep, it really does. You know what I mean? They love
it's like a perfect partnership.
Yeah, they would love to see that. And I knew that, but I had to sell that, to the owner. He connected me with the marketing team and everything. And it took some time. Like, these things don't happen overnight. But, sure enough, everybody saw the vision and agreed. And, we had a big event at Exhibition highlighting that the show would be getting played in the store, and then that Next, it plays at the mall throughout the week. So I'm very grateful for that relationship. And even, like Patron, I'm an ambassador for Patron. Tequila is my drink of choice. So like things that make sense, you know what I mean? That's how you want to market yourself and put yourself in those positions. And you can't be scared to speak to people, you know?
I know when we talked before, that was advice that you gave to me. Mm-hmm. He was like, you don't seem like you're afraid to ask. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But I don't know if I was like waiting for permission or something like that. Or mm-hmm. I think maybe just hearing it from someone else that is in the same mm-hmm.
Field
or industry and similar interview styles and things like that. It's
absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's that simple. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Welcome.
And that's, look, one long, I was like, hey, Swoope.
Right.
What you got going on, brother?
Yeah. No, for sure. Anytime. And I'm going to be asking you whatever I need to ask. Because this is sweet in this space with radio and everything. I'm learning as we're doing this interview. So
yeah, I love that. Again, it's a synergy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if, though, if you have people around you that you are not inspired by, then you're definitely in a cage, right?
Yeah.
Look again, like, figure that out. Like, you need to move some people or move your environment, right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to get in rooms or to go places by yourself.
You can't. I'm by myself a lot,
mm-hmm.
roaming around, networking, mm-hmm. going to different things that I feel like I need to be at. Yeah. So I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah. So I think that's so cool that, your interviews not only are in alignment, but you had the audacity and the curiosity. Let's start there. Very simple to ask, like, hey, who's playing? Who's in charge of this, right?
Yeah.
And then with Tequila to reach out to them like, hey, how can we partner? How can I get your brand?
Well, it went both ways.
Okay.
Like they saw the value as well.
Hold up, wait a minute. They reached out to him. Let me bring that back.
Sometimes it's all about relationships.
Yeah.
Though, like certain people get jobs, you already got relationships with them, and then you gotta strike on those opportunities, or just see if that's a thing. And then a lot of times people come to me without me even having to do that. But you gotta be open. You gotta be open to do both. You can't sit around waiting on anyone to just come to you all the time. And then the times when they do come to you, those feel great. You know what I mean? It's like
it paid off.
Yeah,
paid off.
It feels great when that happens too. But both feel great to me, because on one end it's like you're making things happen, and then on the other end, people just seeing your value and they want to work with you. So they're both great,
I mean, I just love that so much, because that's exactly what we're talking about today. That's major media and movement, right? You got to have movement. You got to move to make things happen. So I absolutely love that. And before we run out of time, right, I want you to let people know how they can reach out to you, how they can tune in to That's Major show, and anything else that you have going on. Let us know.
All right. So That's Major. Check it out on YouTube. Type in Major 7 Production. The channel will pop up. Make sure you click subscribe on the channel.
Click subscribe. What's wrong with people?
I don't know. It's free.
There's no payment.
There's no payment. When people think subscribe, I guess in some people's head it's like, I'm not paying for that.
Let me tell you, I asked someone. I was like, they were like, yeah, I seen your YouTube. I loved it. I was like, oh great. Did you subscribe?
Yeah.
No, I ain't trying to get paid for. I'm not trying to pay for anything. I was like, dog, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's help your girl out.
Yeah, that's it.
Just subscribe.
Hit subscribe, like, comment, share, all those great things. But C_Swoope on Instagram, or Major 7 Production. C_Swoope on Twitter. Same on all platforms. You can find me there. Next episode, we got MGK. So MGK weekend, we got all the exclusive behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh. I know that was wild.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't there, I knew a lot of people who were there, and
it was a great weekend.
A lot of the recaps, like, dang.
Yeah, but nobody has what we are going to be dropping.
Say it again.
It's straight.
No one has what.
No, these are exclusive interviews.
Wow. I can't wait for that
Machine
to drop.
Gun Kelly himself and team and all the other great acts and celebrities that came in town, just interviews with them, and it's just getting an overall feel for each day of the event. So we highlighted the whole weekend. I'm really excited about it, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming out in October. I won't give it a specific date yet, because
you have to watch and find out. Yeah. And how can they follow you on IG or any other platform? Yeah,
C_Swoope, C_Swoope IG, Twitter, Major 7 Production on IG, and Major 7 Production on YouTube.
I love that so much. He's got exclusives, you all. I kind of wish I was there, but it's one of those things. You can't clone yourself, and you can't be everywhere all the time. Yeah. I say this all the time. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you gotta have some boundaries.
And the last thing, right now, the latest episode, if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. It's on Taylor Terry.
Went crazy. Over 200K.
We're as a company, we're very happy, very excited.
Yes, I love that.
200,000 views.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Major congratulations on that.
Now that is major,
Yes.
She's very excited about it as well.
And the interview was fluid, it was entertaining the way that you captured her doing her thing as well as she was talking, and it was well done. It was nice.
That day, everything really just flowed, came together. The production came together. It was like a perfect storm for that episode. So I'm glad people are able to, take it in and enjoy it, because it all really did come together well. So.
Yeah, I love that. And another component that I want to say is highlighting Cleveland's bold creatives, innovators, entrepreneurs.
Yes,
that's exactly what That's Major does.
Every guest so far has been from, if not from Cleveland, from the northern Ohio area, and soon here we'll be transitioning away from that, but we want to keep it going as long as possible. But 2026, we definitely, the goal is to move it to, on a national scale, more of a national scale. So
yeah, I love that. And I was telling you off camera here and off the air, I was saying that I see this international.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love that. I'm trying to go in steps.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, hey, you never know how this is going to go. It may hit international before.
Well, you know what? It's kind of the Taylor Terry episode. It's a lot of international viewership on that episode because of her. She's on tour with Chris Brown.
Yep.
They were over there, South Africa, all of Europe. So it's a lot of viewership and comments from people internationally for that episode, so it's moving in the right direction for that.
I love that so much. Totally inspired. Clearly, you guys you see why, right? But I do want to highlight, there was something that you said in an interview before. You said we don't just want followers, we want builders, right? And that just really stuck out to me. From being a creator to cultivating a movement of creators. And that just really goes to show your character and who you are.
Thank you.
And you're not like, no, it's not about clicks. It's not about following. Yes, we do want you all to subscribe. That does help.
Absolutely.
However, that's not what it's all about. It's truly about storytelling and telling stories of communities. Not just communities here in Cleveland. Yes, this is where we were born and raised, grew up, all those things. But it's community, meaning all of our stories, right? And so I love that so much.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
And one last thing, right? What advice would you give to your the version of you 10 years ago?
Ooh, the advice I would give to me 10 years ago would be just continue to go for it. Don't get discouraged. Know your purpose and continue to dive in it. And that's kind of what happened. But I would tell myself that, during that time where I wasn't kind of in my field, I would tell myself,
you took a step away.
I would tell that version of myself that for sure.
Yeah, that's so good. So I'll share with you guys some of my key takeaways here. And it's just that, right? Don't deviate from the path, although we may every now and again, but don't get sidetracked in the distractions. So continue moving forward. Keep that vision clear, right? Keep dreaming big and continue walking in the dream that the Lord has placed into your heart, because it's not just there for any reason, right? You're there to share that story and to inspire someone else, so that they can have the confidence to dream and move in the way that they're supposed to as well. So, Swoope, this was an amazing conversation.
This was amazing. Like I said, I could sit here for another hour.
We could go for another hour, quite honestly.
That was great, though. Yeah. That was great.
So that means that we do have to have another conversation.
Let's do it.
It may not be on this platform, but I think we should, dive a little deeper.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I
whenever
love that.
I'm here, I'm available. Whenever you call. Thank you so much for having me on your show today.
Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you.
And continue doing what you're doing, because now we have representation to that little boy, or that 20-year-old boy or 15-year-old boy who's like, oh man, he did all these things. He had this foundational thing, and this is what it is now. Yes, he has an empire.
We just trying to keep building. That's it.
That's it.
Consistently try to keep building.
It's not about the followers. It's about building.
Oh, yeah.
So we love that. All right, you guys. Well, that's it. That's all. It's Nikki B here, right here on Futureland365 on WOVU 95.9. Don't forget to subscribe. That's what we talked about. Subscribe, like, and share. And also tune in to our newsletter so that you don't miss any of our events that we have 365 days. All right, you guys. Well, peace. See you next time.